There are moments in the lives of saints that defy explanation, moments where heaven seems to break through the veil of the natural world. For Saint Teresa of Ávila, one such moment would become one of the most famous mystical experiences. In Christian history, a vision so powerful that even centuries later it would inspire one of the greatest works of art ever created. Saint Teresa was a Carmelite nun in 16th century Spain, a woman of deep prayer and extraordinary intellect. Her writings transformed Christian spirituality, and her personal experiences with God revealed an intimacy few ever taste. But among all the visions she received, one stood above the rest, the vision of the angel with the burning arrow. In her autobiography, The Life of Saint Teresa of Jesus, she describes it in words that are both beautiful and terrifying. She wrote that she saw an angel beside her, small in stature, but radiant, burning with divine light. In his hand, he held a golden spear, and at the tip of that spear was fire. She said, "I saw in his hands a long golden spear, and at the iron tip there seemed to be a little fire. He appeared to me to be thrusting it at times into my heart and to pierce my very entrails. When he drew it out, I felt that he drew them out also and left me all on fire with a great love of God." She described the pain as so intense that she could not wish it to cease, because it was not a bodily pain, but a spiritual one, a pain of being consumed by divine love. It was not suffering that destroyed, but suffering that purified. It was ecstasy, the total surrender of the soul to God. This experience is known as the Transverberation, a word that means piercing through. It was a mystical wound, not of flesh, but of the heart. For Teresa, it symbolized her complete union with Christ, where love and suffering became one. Artists and theologians have struggled for centuries to describe this mystery, but perhaps no one did so as powerfully as Gian Lorenzo Bernini. In the 17th century, he sculpted the Ecstasy of Saint Teresa, a masterpiece of marble that seems to breathe. In it, Teresa lies back, her face filled with divine rapture, while an angel holds the flaming arrow above her. Bernini captured in stone what Teresa experienced in spirit, that paradox of divine love, unbearable pain joined with unimaginable joy. Critics through the centuries have been struck by its intensity, its humanity, its almost shocking realism. But to Teresa, it was not art or metaphor. It was reality. The arrow of love is a symbol that runs deep through Christian mysticism. It echoes the Song of Songs, where the soul longs for the kiss of God. It recalls the words of the psalmist who said, "My heart has been wounded by love." In Teresa's case, it was not poetry. It was the real experience of divine intimacy. After this event, Teresa's life changed. She was no longer the same woman. Her longing for God became total, her detachment from earthly things absolute. She founded new Carmelite convents, reformed religious life, and guided countless souls through her writings. The Transverberation was not an isolated vision. It was the beginning of her mission. Those who knew her described her as a woman both joyful and strong, capable of laughter and suffering, leadership and humility. The wound of divine love did not make her fragile. It made her fearless. When modern people hear about mystical experiences like Teresa's, many try to explain them psychologically, as visions caused by emotion, exhaustion, or imagination. But Teresa herself was not naive. She questioned everything she saw, asking confessors and theologians to test her visions. She feared being deceived, but she also knew that true love of God burns deeper than any human emotion. Her experience reminds us that faith is not cold belief. It is fire. It consumes the heart, it wounds, it transforms. The Transverberation is a call for every soul to open itself fully to God's love, no matter how uncomfortable or consuming it may be. Saint Teresa once wrote, "To have courage for whatever comes in life, everything lies in that." For her, courage meant surrender, letting God's love pierce her completely. As we look at Bernini's sculpture today, we see marble, but behind that stone is a real woman, trembling before an angel, consumed by the fire of heaven.
That fire still burns.
It invites us to ask ourselves, how open are we to being pierced by divine love? Perhaps the question is not whether we can understand what Teresa saw, but whether we are willing to let God touch our hearts in the same way. If this story inspired you, take a moment to reflect. Do you long for that same fire, that same closeness with God? Then spend time in silence today, open your heart, and let love enter. And if you want to keep discovering the mystical lives of the saints, subscribe to this channel and join this journey. Every week we explore another miracle, another mystery that shows how God still moves through history and through human hearts. Thank you for watching, and may Saint Teresa of Ávila intercede for you that you too may be set ablaze with divine love.